Hey y'all, it's D Junior, back from the dead to give you guys my thoughts on the Frieza saga. But before we get into my actual thoughts, I'll give a brief summary of the saga. Frieza saga in Dragon Ball Z is one of the biggest turning points in the entire series. After the battle with Vegeta on Earth, Goku's friends traveled to planet Namek to use its Dragon Balls to revive everyone killed by the Saiyans. But they quickly discover they're not alone. The ruthless galactic tyrant Frieza is already there searching for immortality. While Vegeta temporarily teams up with the heroes for survival, Frieza's powerful army hunts them down across the planet. Characters like Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, and others are pushed to their limits as Frieza transforms into stronger and more terrifying forms during the conflict. Eventually, Goku arrives after the intense training and battles Frieza in a legendary showdown. The fight reaches its emotional peak when Frieza kills Krillin right in front of Goku. Overcome with rage and grief, Goku transforms into the first Super Saiyan in 1,000 years. The transformation completely changes the tide of the battle. As planet Namek begins collapsing, Goku defeats Frieza and escapes moments before the planet explodes. The saga cements Frieza as one of the anime's most iconic villains and introduces the Super Saiyan transformation that's become central to the rest of the series. Okay, now that that's done, let's get into the positives and highlights of the saga. First of all, I like how this arc has 3 coherent storylines. This includes Vegeta's massacre of the Frieza Force, Gohan and Krillin's search for the Dragon Balls and the Grand Elder, and Frieza's search for the Dragon Balls. I like how all of the stories overlapped in the last few episodes of the saga as well. I really like the character motivations and why they have their goals, especially Vegeta's goals and the Z Fighters' goals. Also, I liked how Goku was taken out of the story for most of it since he was in a spaceship. This led to other characters like Gohan and Vegeta being able to have their moment in the spotlight. Also, the villain Frieza was a fun one to watch, even though he was wiping out civilizations. Another thing was Piccolo. This man showed up like the ore farmer he is and completely mollywhopped second form Frieza. This was such a joy to watch since I was in need of some Piccolo content at this point in the show. He was straight up the MVP of that. Man, these enemies really gotta stop underestimating Piccolo. And last but not least, the myth, the build-up, and the Super Saiyan transformation itself. This was one of the best transformation scenes I've ever seen. Seeing Goku, who's usually a kind-hearted and goofy character, being purely furious and showing no mercy for Frieza was something I hadn't seen from Goku at this point in the show. Now let's get into the negatives of the saga. The biggest one is the pacing, which is a pet peeve of mine for this one and the Buu saga. They stretched these fights so long, and I swear they spent 2 episodes having Frieza transform into a second form. Bro was just screaming the whole time. And it shines most notably when Super Saiyan Goku was fighting Frieza. They had 2 episodes of Goku fighting Frieza, who, mind you, was cut in half at that point. It was just unnecessary. They could have wrapped it up in 1 episode. Another thing I didn't really like was the Ginyu Force in general. Sure, they give the heroes a run for their money, but same thing with Nappa, they just kept coming back. I'm specifically talking about Raccoon. His voice was annoying and he was invincible and not in a good way. Another thing that I wasn't too fond about was third form Frieza. He was straight up useless. He was only there for maybe like half an episode and he looked like he had a cucumber on his head. He was only useful to beat up Piccolo for like 2 minutes. Hey, if you guys liked it, you're entitled to your opinion. And with that, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.